Nababahala raw ang kampo ni Vice President Leni Robredo sa pagsibak kay Interior Secretary Mike Sueno. Sa pahayag na abogado ni VP Robredo na si Attorney Barry Gutierrez, posibleng paghahanda raw ito sa pagtatalaga kay dating Senador Bongbong Marcos sa DILG, lalo't patatapos na ang election ban. Nababagay raw sa pwesto si Marcos kung gugustuhin suspindihin ang karapatan sa pagboto at pagpatupad ng authoritarianism.
Hindi raw tatanggi si dating Senador Bongbong Marcos kung alokin siya ni Pangulong Duterte sa pwesto sa gobyerno. Sa report ng Interaction.com, sinabi ni Marcos na walang sinasabi ang Pangulo na itatalaga siya sa DILG o sa kahit anong posisyon. Pero kung sakali man daw na alokin siya, ay masaya raw niya itong pagsisilbihan. Ipapaaral din daw niya sa kanyang abogado kung ano ang dapat niyang gawin sa kanyang electoral protest labang kay Vice President Leni Robredo kung sakali.
I have not spoken to the President for a few weeks now. So no, wala kami. And never pa namin napag-usapan ng kahit na anong klaseng appointment. So it's not...
Would you be interested in any cabinet position?
You know, you cannot, if a president asks you to serve in whatever capacity, hindi mo naman pwedeng hindihan. Siyempre para sa bansa yan. Of course, I would be happy, I would be proud, I would be honored to serve in any position in the Duterte administration.
Sir, what will be the bearing on your electoral protest?
Depends on the position, I suppose. I guess we'll leave that to the lawyers to study. Pero ang pagkaalam ko, it is only during an election na you are abandoning your protest.
Because sir, the President said that if you accept the DILG post, it will affect your electoral protest. So
It may. There is a school of thought na gano'n na.
But sir, si Secretary Marcos was able to serve even if he had a pending electoral. He was similarly situated.
I suppose so. To tell you the truth, hindi ko talaga napapag-isipan yun dahil kagaya nung sabi ko, wala pa namang napapag-usapan.
But if offered,
the year-long ban is not yet over. So he's all a little premature, at least in my case. And siyempre mga iba pwede pa mong appoint.
but if offered the position in May, sir, will you accept it?
Again, before I do not want to speculate on what will be offered or what will not be offered. Merely to say that I am in public service. If there is a way for me to help this administration, if there is a way for me to continue to serve in any capacity, I would be happy to do it.
If asked to abandon your electoral protest, sir, in exchange of para makuha niyo yung posisyon na i-offer sa inyo, would you do it?
I don't think that will come up. Hindi yata, parang wala yatang ganun na
I mean, sir, kung yun yung possible consequence, sabihin ng mga abogado niyo, will you abandon?
If I have to choose between, I don't think I'll have to. That's why I don't really I haven't really thought about having to make that decision.
Sir, your reaction on the impeachment complaint filed against Vice
Alright,
President
that will
Leni
conclude, mga kaibigan, ang ating pong groundbreaking and momo signing
she
ng
has,
mga banal in the Royal Science Laboratory building.
It is at the initiative of the Speaker. Wala tayong magagawa, kaya yun ang kanyang paniniwala.
Salamat po sa inyo pong pagdalo.
Ako, tuloy lang para sa akin ang aking protesta. At sa aking palagay, may papanalo namin ang protesta. At yun ang doon ako nagko-concentrate.
Sir, do you think she betrayed the public's trust in her statement?
At the very least, she was unpatriotic and disloyal to the Philippines. But it is a matter of opinion as to whether she should be impeached because of that.
State University sa pangunguna po ni
In my view,
in your view, sir, is there grounds to impeach the Vice President based on what he said in the UN video?
I don't know. Impeachment has never been part of because I am not in Congress, so hindi ko naman. It's not really something that I would be involved in. So no, I'm concentrating on the protest.
David Borden, Executive Director of the DRC Net Foundation, Marco Perduca, former member of the Italian Senate, Chito Gascon, Chairperson of the Commission on Human Rights, Alison Smith, Legal Counsel and Director of International Criminal Justice Program, No Peace Without Justice, all the other sponsors of this event, ladies and gentlemen, a good day to all of you. We are heartened that the issue of extrajudicial killings in the Philippines today is being discussed in an event such as this. To know that the international community's eyes are on us and to feel that human rights advocates are watching over our country gives us comfort, courage, and hope. It is already February 2017, and the body count due to drug-related killings keeps growing. We are now looking at some very grim statistics. Since July last year, more than 7,000 people have been killed in summary executions. We agree that our people deserve nothing less than a safe environment, so that anyone can walk the streets safely, whether in daylight or at nighttime. But drug abuse should not be treated as one that can be solved with bullets alone. It must be regarded as it truly is, a complex public health issue, linked intimately with poverty and social inequality. As it is, in some areas in Manila where poverty is rampant, residents tell us that communities are rounded up in places like basketball courts, women separated from men, those with tattoos asked to stand in a corner, their belongings searched. People are told that they didn't have any right to demand for search warrants because they were squatters and did not own the properties on which their houses were built. They told us of the Palit-Ulo scheme, which literally means exchange heads, where the wife or husband or relative of a person in a so-called drug list will be taken if the person himself could not be found. Some of those have told us that when there's crime, they normally go to the police. Now they don't know where to turn to. Our people feel both hopeless and helpless, a state of mind that we must all take seriously. This is why the Office of the Vice President supports the rehabilitation of drug dependents. You cannot kill addicts and declare the problem solved. The solution is to design the proper health, education, and psychosocial interventions to prevent further drug use and help them transition into productive members of society. Another challenge is to drum up legal and psychological support for those who may have undergone trauma due to extrajudicial killings. We believe that when the public knows its rights under the Philippine Constitution, when the community is united in this knowledge, our people will be better protected. We must tread carefully on this, however, because in some cases reported to us, those who ask for a search warrant, for instance, have been beaten and physically abused for doing so. We must all demand greater transparency in the government's war on drugs, because this is a major publicly funded campaign. Our leaders must be honest about the basis of the drug war. What exactly is the scope of the drug problem? Why do numbers about the extent of the problem change, as officially reported to the nation by our president, inconsistent? We believe that any campaign against illegal drugs must be founded on integrity. The public must ask why no one is being held accountable. The public must be watchful. Around 500 complaints have been filed at the Commission on Human Rights and recommended to the Department of Justice for filing of cases. But until now, 7 months into the administration's drug war, no information has been filed. On top of this, there's a brewing problem. Death penalty might soon return, and the age of criminal liability might be brought down to 9. We believe this to be a huge mistake because death penalty for nonviolent offenses violate UN treaties and international human rights norms. Last Friday, a day before the EDSA People Power Revolution's 31st anniversary, we called the President to task on this. On behalf of the Filipino people whose daily struggles are escalating, we asked him to focus on the war that really matters, the war against poverty, instead of just the war against drugs. In a public statement, we asked him to direct the nation towards respect for rule of law instead of a blatant disregard for it. We asked him to uphold basic human rights enshrined in our Constitution instead of encouraging its abuse. We asked him to be the leader he promised to be and evoke in our people hope and inspiration instead of fear. We told him, do not allow the lies to distort the truth. We also asked the Filipino people to defy brazen incursions on their rights. Our people have fought long for our rights and freedoms. The Filipino nation has come so far since our country's darkest days. We are not about to back down now. Thank you all for listening. May you have a fruitful discussion moving forward. The Office of the Vice President is looking forward to deepening this conversation further with you.